House Chairman, sir.
Shri Sasmit Patra.
Honorable Chairman, sir, thank you for this opportunity. The Honorable Minister has given a very detailed reply, and I thank him for that. It's specific to Odisha that I want to raise this question. Honorable Minister has mentioned that at the Paradip port of Odisha, the relative sea level change has been 1.03 millimeters per year for the duration of year 1966 to 2005. And the NDMA therefore has constructed a saline embankment in the state of Odisha to avoid the flooding and ingress of salinity. My specific question to the Honorable Minister would be to give details regarding the saline embankment in the state of Odisha. What is the length of it and how does it help protect the coast of Odisha from the ingress of salinity and avoid the flooding with respect to the relative sea level change? Thank you.
Honorable Minister.
Chairman, sir, since the question was in general not pertaining to Odisha, but I would not mind coming to that. But before that, I would just like to share with this august House that considering the issue of erosion, which the Honourable Member has very wisely raised and which is often not discussed either in public debates or even in the Parliament, the National Disaster Management Authority has recently taken two initiatives broadly, which apply to all the coastal states, including Odisha. Aid that to formulate a national policy to address the present as well as the future related erosions through mitigation and rehabilitation. So that would also, to an extent, address the concern raised by the Honourable Member. And mitigation policy which clearly defines the localized interventions required to reduce the erosion. And secondly, at the same time, they have also floated a fund which is known as the National Disaster Mitigation Fund under Section 47, bracket A of the Disaster Management Act of 2005. So this fund is exclusively meant for the purpose of mitigation in respect of disasters covered under the Disaster Management Act. So having said that, now as far as the erosions are concerned, in general, before that I would also mention over here that this is the government which has for the first time given due consideration to the ocean-related and coastal-related concerns. Only recently we had the world's largest coastal cleanup campaign because we have the longest coastal area, 7,500 kilometers, and we have an ocean which is named after the country called the Indian Ocean. So we had the 75-day campaign which began on 3rd July, culminated on the 17th of September on the International Coastal Cleanup Day. And this is also the first government which is now seeking to explore the ocean resources. I might reiterate in this House a very significant fact that the Honourable Prime Minister not once but twice from the ramparts of Red Fort in his Independence Day address has referred to what is now being described as the Deep Ocean Mission, which is being launched by the Ministry of Earth Sciences. He spoke about it in the Independence Day of 2021. He again reiterated in 2022 just to emphasize, because the future 25 years, the entire economy of India is going to be supplemented from these ocean resources, which are both living as well as non-living, the living being the fishery, etc., the non-living being the minerals, metals. So the huge property line. No, I'll come to that. I'm just, I'm educating you. I'm educating you before educating him. Now, coming specifically, though I could have, I hope Mr. Jairam will appreciate, I could have easily escaped out of this question, because it's not per se Odisha related. But I'm offering myself, so I hope you'll appreciate that instead of, being sarcastic about it.
Minister,
so I will mention.
One second. I would urge that keep in mind the chairman.
Yes.
If there is an issue between the Honourable Minister and the member, I am to be the platform.
Yes, sir.
And these are the days where electronic platforms are extremely effective and impactful.
Yes.
Let us believe in the human platform also.
Yes, sir. So, Chairman, sir, though the question was not Odisha specific, but I am responding to that. Odisha has a coast of 550 kilometers long, and I am glad that compared to the Honourable Member who asked it, the others are more interested, even from down south. So 550 kilometers long is your coastal area, 26% erosion has occurred, 23% is stable, 51% is already in the process of being covered. The sea level rise was 1.03 millimeter in the last about 30 years, beginning from 1966 to 2005. Puri district has the erosion maximum of 15%, stable 70%, and it's being taken care of 78%. And all these other measures which are being taken in respect of other coastal areas are being taken here also. So I have exceeded my brief, Chairman, sir. Thank you.
Mr. P. Wilson.
Sir, both in Chennai as well as Karaikal, the Indian Meteorological Department is utilizing worn-out equipments, and even I would say it's outdated equipments, which is wrongly recording the weather conditions. It so happens, sir, in November and December, the weather department said it is a sunny day, but we received heavy floods on that day. Sir, have you taken any steps to replace these worn-out equipments with the updated latest equipments? Thank you, Chairman, sir.
Honorable Minister.
The honourable member is well taken. Of course, it was pointed out. I personally visited that spot also. We have one of the oldest setups over there at Chennai near the harbour. And it is in the process of being replaced, updated, because this updating has to go on from time to time. Because the technology is changed, we move over to the next generation. Like now we don't no longer use lighthouses. We have one of the finest lighthouse for ship movement in Chennai, which is no longer now because we have other means. So similarly, it is in the process.
Shri John Britas.
Thank you, Chairman. Sir, when we lose 1 inch of land at the border at LC or LOC, these are headlines. But we lose hectares of land at the coastline. For example, in Kerala, during the last 1 decade, as per the study by the Kerala University, more than 700 acres of land has been lost to the sea. And 41% of the coastline of Kerala is vulnerable. I would like to know from the Minister, does the Centre has a specific plan to ensure that our precious land is not lost and the lives and livelihood of the people are not affected? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Chairman, sir, the member's concern is well taken. There are certain specific issues related to Kerala. One of them, what is popularly described in Malayalam language is Kalla Kadal, if I pronounce that rightly, is they have these 12 waves happening almost every year. Kalla Kadal, is it?
No.
What is, how do you use? I wrote it in English. Okay. So thanks
Mr.
for correcting.
Muralidharan should teach you some Malayalam.
Okay. So thanks for correcting me. So what I am saying is that it's happening almost every year, and the institute related there, the Information Ocean Institute in in Chennai, has now developed pre-warning devices for that, and is also taking steps to develop some remedial measures. Because I agree with him that this part of the coast is a little more vulnerable for its own reasons.